And hello, and welcome to another installment of Atlanta's Up and Rising. And here, my darlings, we're going all across Atlanta to bring to you the very, very best in those who are up and coming along the highways and the byways of this wonderful grand old city. I'm your host, I'm Demetrius Big Meach Taylor. You can find out everything about me at www.dishingtea.com. However, you know this particular format is not about me. We're going to bring to you someone, my darlings, who is going to take us into the world of deep tissue massage. And we're going to understand exactly what it means to be a massage therapist and not a masseuse. Okay. Giving it to you right now in the way that it's given to us, fabulously and fierce, never shady or cynical. This is the one and only Mr. MARQ James. Hey there, darling. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I am, and I'm going to be. How about that?
Good.
Thanks for coming on to the show with us. This is so intriguing for me because, you know, in the world of pampering and wanting to, everybody wants to take, you know, get into this whole thing of me, I'm doing me. We see now that the world of massage therapy has taken on, it's become a little culture of its own, a subculture. And we have a lot of different folks that are online or whatever you see, and all these schools pop up, learn massage therapy, this and the other. So, with you being here, explain to us who exactly MARQ James is and why massage therapy was important for you and what got you into it.
Okay. I'm MARQ James. I'm from the U.S. Virgin Islands, out of St. John, and I moved here 15 years ago. And what happened was the job that I had, position I had was so stressful. I started to seek out a therapist. And it just so happened, I think it was at the athletic club up there in Buckhead, Crunch, when Crunch was up there in Buckhead. And I went to this young lady. She was giving me a massage on a regular basis. And she made me feel so good that I said to myself that she could make me feel so good, why don't I go ahead and learn this modality? Mm-hmm. So I did. Mm-hmm. And I went to the same school she went to, which was right in Spirit, Gwinnett College up there in Sandy Springs. And so I became a massage therapist approximately 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I became nationally certified. And while I was doing my course load, I had to do an internship at a place of my choosing. And I chose, I think it was Absolute, I can't remember, it was something up there in North Druid Hills back in the day. Mm-hmm. And worked with a lot of people in the gay, lesbian, transgender community. And that's how I built my business. Okay. And so I probably became a massage therapist because, you know, the past experience that I've had in when I was much bigger, more muscular, and when I was like 19, 20, I started to go to a therapist back in the islands where I had a lot of pain in this arm. And so when I moved up here, you know, the job that I had was stressful. So I went to this lady, and she told me about Rising Spirit, and so I went. Got my certification and then haven't looked back since.
Oh, so I ain't looked back since. Haven't 15 years. Now, in understanding, understanding the benefits of a massage, let's go here and give us the differences between coming to a massage therapist versus going to a chiropractor, because I think some people try to interchange one for the other, you know, and don't really know the differences. So what are they?
Okay. Basically, what I can tell you is chiropractors deal mostly with bones. Mm-hmm. And massage therapists deal mostly with muscle manipulation. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's some interface. All of you remember, muscles move bones. It's not the other way around. Okay. So we do with the manual manipulation of muscle tissue. Mm-hmm. Help people feel good. Chiropractors do the same thing, but they do mostly, their adjustments tend to be more abrupt. Mm-hmm. Ours tend to be more gradual. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's basically the fundamental difference from where I sit. Mm-hmm. You know, chiropractors may, of course, may disagree. They have more education than the massage therapists for the most part. They go to more formal school than we do. Yeah, our course load is around a year or so, but we take a lot of advanced courses, continuing education courses. You have to in the state to keep your licensure. So, and then some of us go on, specialize in different areas of massage therapy.
Okay. Now, I said in the intro that we were going to sit down and learn the differences between a massage therapist and a masseuse. Okay, I'm playing with this, but as we all know, we see it in the movies, we see it on television, and carrying on. You know, folks want to be cute.
Right.
You know, oh, I'm going to give you a masseuse and this, that, and the other. What is the difference between the two?
The masseuse is, of course, a French word, and it has the massage therapist over here in the United States, they want to be called massage therapist because the masseuse, they have like a sexual connotation to it. And so they want to try to get away from that. You know, I always tell people, I mean, you go to school, you get all these continuing education, you got to go through all these hoops to get your licensure. So you want to be called massage therapist, more professional labeling. Somebody who do the type of work that I do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a press pause because you hit something. I'm gonna press pause on that for a minute because it's real easy to go there. But let's take this on the professional level because I really want folks to really understand the benefits of massage therapy because, as you said, you know, I was pointing out that folks try to do one or the other with the chiropractor and things, that they come to a massage therapist. But explain to us some of the benefits because I'm sure that's in your teaching of what you're doing.
There's a lot of benefits from massage therapy, from helping you sleep, helping you go to the bathroom, helping ease little aches and pains that are muscle dysfunction based. Just a whole lot of areas where massage therapy can make you feel better in how you feel. It makes you more happier. I mean, after you get a good massage, I mean, you are like elated. You're walking in cloud nine for like 2 to 3 days. So good the benefits can last. Massage is wonderful for circulatory issues. Prime example, my dad about a year ago was having issues with his foot, and I worked and manipulated his feet and massaged his foot. And wow, you know, the little lack of circulation that was going there, with a little bit of discoloration disappeared. And for my mail carriers, they'll tell you, working on that foot because they're walking all day long, you know, all the stress is on that foot. And you pop the talus and the calcaneus, and they're like, oh wow, so that one was causing me all this discomfort. So I was going to go back and say a good massage therapist, a well-trained massage therapist, can do wonders for your sense of well-being in your life, help improve your life. Get rid of all the little aches and you get up in the morning, your back is hurting you. If you're working at a computer all day, your shoulders, the tail board of the scalp, all tighten up, and you're like, what's that little ache thing? They want to go. When you sleep wrong, your neck, something got a little crooked, you know. So yeah, you go see a massage therapist, and a skilled one will help take care of all those issues. A lot of techniques that we can use, the hot stones, basic Swedish, the NMT, trigger point therapy, and there's a couple others that I can't seem to remember, but there's a whole lot of modalities that can help you feel great.
Really?
Great.
Okay, I love this modalities, honey, because you're working with modalities. Now, let's talk about them because when we think massage, and again, oftentimes folks look at this as something that folks who are the upper echelons of society do. You know, those who have a couple of coins, you know, or those who feel like they're going to spend coin on themselves. You know, and you know, it's more so like a treat versus a necessity. And from if I'm hearing you correctly, this ought to be more of a necessity versus a treat because of the benefits. Let's talk about that from that particular angle, and how do we, well, I don't want to say demystify it, but bring it down to where it is more so, more common folk than just upper echelons. You know, the way, if we could talk about it in the way these schools are popping up, you know, and it's more than just a fad, but also becoming a necessity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's through education. I think people are beginning to realize the benefits of a good massage, as I was saying. To become a ritual where once a month you get a study table because you may be stressed. It's a great way to relieve stress. You may be tired from sitting at a desk. You may be tired from a long drive, a long airplane ride. You may feel when you get up and you're walking a little, your lower back is hurting you a little bit. Like, oh, what is that? Why can't I get rid of this here? You may suffer from sciatic entrapment, for instance. Like some of the officials or law enforcement who are walking around with this belt, compressing against that sciatic nerve. Massage is wonderful for that. Help loosen up that tissue.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Some people who are having issue walking, sometimes their psoas muscle is a little tight, and they have a little problem raising their. Oh yeah, massage can do a lot. The thing is, getting the right practitioner who is knowledgeable about the issue and can do what they're supposed to do. And if they don't know what they're supposed to do, they should have the right sense of mind before you offer somebody who does.
Now, okay, so having said that, in going for your education and for your certification or whatever, do you have the opportunity to specialize in certain areas? You know, kind of like how doctors do. You go here, now I'm going to specialize in this and specialize in that.
Continuing education. There's a whole ton of courses you can take. And I have, through the years, I'm getting the sense that massage is encroaching a little bit on chiropractic because chiropractic now has gone to the way they're using a lot of machines and stuff. Versus we are more hands-on. But a lot of continuing education courses that you can take. In fact, about a month ago, I took a course in arm and carpal tunnel issues and working also on the foot, issues down there. And so there are always courses that you just got to go. If you graduate from a school, they're always going to have continuing education courses. You just got to go and
refresh.
Continue updating yourself.
Now, let's go here, because as we are into the service and you're on the table and carrying on, I'm gonna reference this, and I like referencing this because Miss Juanita Bynum just did this for me. Okay, and y'all remember her No More Sheets, the doohickey. She says in there that if you go to a massage therapist, and if they do it right, she says they're going to go in, she said, and it's going to hurt a little because they're pressing out all of those toxins. Okay? She said, now if they do it right, she said, about halfway through, you got to get up to go tinkle. Okay?
Number two.
And when she said that, I was like, wait a minute, girl. And so in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there saying, who is going to sit up here and spend this money to go pee? Or something else. But the reality of it is what?
Yeah, that's the reality of it. Sometimes people react differently to a massage in terms of having to go to the bathroom or flatulence or burping or etc. It's the moving around of all that fluid. And that's a good thing. The body wants to get rid of those toxins and excrete that. And that's a good thing. A professional just look at it like, well, that's the body. The body's a wonderful thing. It's God's gift. God made the body. So you respect it, and then you keep on going. Sometimes you got to interrupt your massage and then go to the bathroom. It happens. And professional look at it and say, okay, we doing our job.
Right, I was just right. Okay.
And just keep on
Wow. Okay. See, that's a double-edged sword for me. Because I'm like, oh, baby, that means you're doing it. At the same time, it's embarrassing as hell. I'm just seeing that. And I know me. I'm picturing me. So just me. Because I could be very flatulent, especially I'm a gastric patient. And I've had the gastric sleeve, almost 4 years ago now. Along with a host of other surgeries that I was preparing for. And at this particular point, Lord, I'm just picturing that. And I know for me, if I'm this uptight about it or whatever, I can just imagine somebody, especially if it's their first time, trying to get used to the experience or whatever, and all of that. But let me go here, because we're talking about touch. And I'm really going to bring in a little dirty with this. Okay, because the industry itself is got its reputation on the dirt. As we said before, the whole thing about the masseuse thing. everybody wants to say it because it's a French word. You know, they feel as though they can voulez-vous shut somebody. Okay. And then on top of it, it's sexual connotation. So a lot of folks who don't know what this is, they go into it. You know, I know friends all the time. Oh, I'm going to get a massage. I get the happy ending at the end. You know, this, that, and the other. And how do you react or respond to that kind of approach? Because you're a professional.
Yeah. Well, it's all about educating your clientele on what the service that you offer. The first thing I tell people before they come into me is to look at my YouTube and see exactly what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But in the state of Georgia, in order for you to practice massage therapy, you must be certified by the state. You go to the Secretary of State website, you can look up the massage therapists that you're interested in. If they're there, you know they're licensed. And they'll tell you if they have any complaints, etc. against them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the insurance carriers, AMTA, which I'm a member of since I was in school, my insurance through there. It's a professional organization. And you can go search their website and see who's there, so you can pick your massage therapist from there too. Also, yeah. And we also got to sign a code of conduct, etc., to be a member of that. Now, when folks come to see me, I have my own intake form, and also have a code of conduct form that they got to fill out. And it's a conduct that they're going to behave themselves while I'm on my table, and I'm going to behave myself while they're at my table. Okay, so we come to an agreement. But you know, they're gonna all be people who are gonna push you, and I've had issues with undercovers coming in who are really bad, and I've had to complain to a few of them. You know, and then there are other people who just misinterpret the whole industry, and then misinterpret me to see a big guy, and they think other things come through their head. But I'm serious. But nobody's gonna mess with my money.
Look at now.
So,
you ain't gonna tell Apple into it.
No.
No. Okay.
I always have the option of not inviting them back, which I have in a few occasions, to go someplace else. You know, that's not for me. My thing is, if you come in to see me, you're coming in for some particular neuromuscular issues, something's bothering you. You're not gonna go into that area. I'll leave that for the amateurs. You see, they don't have much skill. That's what they're gonna go ahead and do. But when you've gotten all this education, you can do so much so much good to people. You don't want to do that. It is what it is, but you have to set the example.
Okay.
Consistently, you follow your processes and your boundaries, and if they don't want to abide by them, you say next. They're gonna come back and move on.
Okay, now let me stay here with the dirty end of this, because going back to, you know, the whole thing of flatulence and all that kind of stuff, we do have people, and I'm one of them, who respond, well, we all do. We respond to touch.
Right.
But some folks are a little bit more sensitive than others. And in men in particular, because our response shows, you know, as opposed to women. How do you then coach yourself? Because if you try to work on them and this is happening, how do you relax them to where they can go back into a relaxed state?
It's a non-issue to me, and I don't worry about relaxing them. And I always tell people that if they have an erection, it's not an issue with me. It's a sign of a good heart, healthy heart. Versus not having one, erectile dysfunction could be a sign of an unhealthy heart. High blood pressure, a whole host of medical issues. And that's the canary in the coal mine. So if somebody is sensitive about it, I'll talk to them and say, if that's your issue, you need to go see your MD and have a more in-depth discussion about that issue, because that could portend to something more serious. You know, so that's how I handle it. You know, nothing to shame on, you know, it happens. And as a professional, I respect it and move on.
We just respect it and move on.
Yeah, move on.
Okay, wait. Okay, I get it.
You gotta respect the person. Just
okay. Now, I want to do this because, you know, a lot of folks are into this thing now. And we've seen it. My woman, Miss Pat LaBelle, she did it on her show where they talk about these stones. You know,
Yes.
and she said, "Oh, I've never had a hot stone all over my
Yes.
body."
Yes.
What does the stones do in particular?
Nutshell, increase circulation. I call them my magic rocks. I got my hot stones from Megan's Bay of St. Thomas. One of my best friends on St. Thomas is also a massage therapist, Stanley Mason. Shout out to Stanley Mason on St. Thomas. And he went on to Megan's Bay and picked them rocks. And they must have been about 100 pounds of rock he shipped up here in 2 boxes. I'm sure customers like, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah, but I use rocks readily. Yeah, it helps loosen up helps with the circulation, get the blood flow going. Yeah, they're wonderful.
Really?
Put you to sleep.
Really?
Knock you out.
Now, I snore and I don't do that.
Knock you
I snore and okay.
They're magical for a reason.
They're magically delicious.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, because see, I could go on, but see, I'm gonna ask questions as we do this because see, what y'all don't know is that when we come back, baby, we finna go to sit up here. I gotta go do my little bad girl change, yeah. And then once I change it to something a little bit more comfortable, then I'm going to experience what the world of MARQ James is all about, so that I can tell you, and I hope I don't get flustered on the air. We're going to go through this experience, honey, and I'm going to tell you what this is and carrying on and carrying on. But before we do that, tell everybody all of your social medias and carrying on, how they can contact you.
Great. My contact number is 404-376-5142. I'm on YouTube as youtube.com Caribbean Gifts with an S. I'm also on Twitter, MARQ James at Island Spa. And also on Google. Google me, MARQ James, MARQ JAMES. I'm also on Instagram as MARQ James. And also finally, I have a website, islandspallc.com, where you'll see all the stuff that I do, prices, etc.
All right, well, baby, let me go do my little change, honey. Because see, when we come back, baby, I'm going to be on the table. And then we're going to get into his aromatherapies and all of that after this. So, baby, yes, I am. Let's do this.
Here are some interesting and entertaining oddities about art. Leonardo da Vinci began painting the Mona Lisa in 1503 and finished it just before his death in 1516. When the painting was stolen from the Louvre Museum in Paris in 1912, 6 replicas were sold as the original, each at a huge price. It took 3 years to recover the original.
In 1961, Henri Matisse's painting Le Bateau hung upside down at the Museum of Modern Art for 46 days before someone noticed the mistake.
Roman statues were often made with detachable heads, so that one head could be removed and replaced by another.
Paul Gauguin, the French painter, also worked construction on the Panama Canal. About 25,000 workers died during the construction of the canal.
Carbon paper was patented on October 7, 1806 by Ralph Wedgwood of London, England.
The large canvases Jackson Pollock used for his abstract expressionist action paintings were usually laid flat on the floor while he painted. Pollock was a chain smoker and would frequently paint with a cigarette hanging from his lips. This led to the incorporation of cigarette ashes into the surface of some of his works.
It is said that Picasso could draw before he could walk, and his first word was the Spanish word for pencil.
When Auguste Rodin exhibited his first important bronze sculptures in 1878, it was so realistic that it said that some people thought he had sacrificed a live model inside the cast.
The world-famous Louvre Museum and Art Gallery in Paris, France was built in 1190. It was initially used as a fortress. A left-handed painter, Michelangelo, painted his famous David and Goliath with David holding his sling in his left hand.
Leonardo da Vinci wrote all of his personal notes from right to left, forcing those who read them to use a mirror. The first pencil was invented in England in 1565. Even though humans have been painting things for centuries, it wasn't until 1880 that you could purchase ready-mixed paints.
Genghis Khan is credited with introducing the Chinese makers of porcelain to the color called cobalt blue. It's believed he brought it back from Persia. We hope you've enjoyed these interesting and entertaining oddities about art.